fought corruption over the years on my own as a reporter and publisher of SAHARA reporters, and I can tell you when someone is not fighting corruption, because that's what I do for a living, and I've done that over 12 years, and most people know me for doing that. And I can tell you that the anti-corruption war is regime is shine. And to the extent that the only reason why earlier in the game, the government wasn't as corrupt as the past one was because there was not enough to see rebel and completely empty the treasury. The moment they were able to an international organization that tracks those kind of serious levels of poverty. So what do we have to say?
So what are the great things?
Say, well, it's time
and they say what?
Because they run out of Nigerians and have said that we have to
Would you say that that is not also somewhere?
The only indices they gave that I saw and knew about was that the Minister of Agriculture claimed that rice mills in, I think, Singapore, Malaysia were closing down, or was it Thailand? And it turns out that the indices we have, which is accurate, is that there's actually more importation of rice into Nigeria, but this time through Benin Republic. So it's a lie. First, the ambassador of Thailand has dismissed that as a fat lie. And secondly, if you have rice mills closing down in other places, it means that you have rice mills popping up in your country. The only place they point to where they're talking about agriculture or rice is Kebbi states. Nigeria has got 36 states to grow rice. We're only growing 7% of our arable land. So it's a lie. And then to compound all that, our president traveled to the United States of America and signed a deal with the US government to have more access to our market from their agricultural. You have no electricity, how can you contribute better than South Africa? South Africa has got about 62,000 megawatts of electricity. Nigeria has got 3,000, struggling every day to, the power system are shutting down each time they crank it up. So it's all lies, and we cannot continue to feed on lies. Lies can't take this country to the next level, and it's time to stop all the lies. Let the old people go back, the old guys, it's time for them to retire, so that we can have a fresh of life in this country.
Exactly. Do we dismiss the indices given by the agriculture? And the fact that they are giving themselves as, they say they have a pass mark, especially in agriculture. Because when you listen to a business mogul like, Dangote, who said on national television, appraised the Buhari administration on its, revolutionary effort as far as agriculture is concerned, and said the rural poor are now happy with the administration because of the level they have been galvanized to invest in agriculture. What does that say? This is someone who interacts with the grassroots.
If you follow Alhaji Dangote very well, you will know that he's somebody we call AIT, any government in power. He's a businessman. If he doesn't say nice things about the prevailing government, he's in trouble. His business will be in trouble. What I'm telling you is that I have been traveling around Nigeria in the last 3 months since I declared to challenge the old guys and send them back, send them packing and back into permanent retirement. And I've not seen anywhere where there's any agrarian revolution going on in the country. What I see is hunger on the faces of our people. What I see is, desperation to climb out of this hole into which we were dug in the last 3 years. So the problem is that Nigeria entered recession because the current government, the ruling government, could not form a cabinet for 6 months. And they had the temerity to claim that Nigerian youth are lazy. The lazy people who couldn't form a government in 6 months are the people who brought about the recession. And after the recession came an economic depression. And now they are claiming that we are growing at 1.9%. That is their index. There's no country that can make it out of poverty at that level of growth. So that's the simple arithmetic that we need to teach them. And this is what they don't know, because there's no capacity and capability that I see at that level and we know this already. I don't think we should keep arguing about it. If after 3 years, no project has been concluded, if after 3 years you can't show to me any pyramids of grain anywhere or silos containing food, you're just telling us lies, and we're not fools anymore. And if you fooled us before, you can't keep fooling us. So I don't actually want us to dwell on all these indices and the concocted numbers.
The Not Too Young to Run bill has been passed by the president, and a lot of Nigerian youths are gearing on and coming out proudly. And somebody said, yes, first we have seen the Not Too Young to Run bill passed, but beyond that, how ready are the Nigerian youths, especially in call to service? I mean, it's not enough to go on the faces of the social media and tweets and Instagram and Facebook and have your conversations played out, but in real time, do you think that the average Nigerian youth actually understands what leadership and politics is about?
Absolutely. I want to commend those who fought for Not Too Young to Rule bill, but what actually happened is not that they were interested in young people ruling. They discovered that young people had already taken the bull by the horn, and they saw so many candidates already challenging them, making waves, getting acceptance, and making inroads even into their own well-known fortified territories. And they decided that they have to dash us something, a tokenistic bill. We are not in need of Not Too Young to Rule to know that we are ready to rule. What we need is Too Old to Rule bill, which is what we are codifying by way of how we are attacking the political process right now. We are cleaning it up, we are mobilizing people, new areas, we are disrupting the political space like it's never been done before. So I don't want to undermine those young people who really fought for that bill. That's a piece of activism that we must continue to have in our current system of governance or democracy is accepted. But that's not what we need. We've already, in fact, by the time they signed the bill, we had already been, several young people had already thrown in their hats, and months into their campaign for the presidency, many of them have tried to become governors, senators, House of Rep members, House of Assembly members, and with the level of galvanization, and sensitization that's going on, including the education that's going on, even at the level of the grassroots, online and offline, young people are showing the old guys that not only are we ready, we have come with new political tools to mobilize the society into a different, in another direction. And we have become a movement now. Everywhere you go, everybody's talking about it. The first thing people tell you is that we don't want to have anything to do with these old guys. And I'm not in any way saying that because someone is young, he should automatically be conferred with a political position. That's a sense of entitlement that I don't want to promote on national television. We're talking about young, responsible people who have character, who have capacity, and the capability to run this country. I would say to you that I can do better than most of the leaders of this country who were ever president before.
How would you use unemployment?
Unemployment, we have looked into it and come with something we call SPICER HIT, which is our acronym for how we want to take Nigeria to the level of progress and prosperity, right from day one when we are elected into office next year. First is security. Without security, you're wasting your time. And when you go to next level is power, electricity. Electricity alone, when you give it to this country 24 hours a day for 7 days, will have this country bubbling with economic activities, economic growth that we've never seen before. It will dazzle and probably paralyze economic analysts what will happen to Nigeria, because Nigerians are people who are innovative people, and they don't rely on governments to do what they need to do, but they have been held down by darkness because our country, our leaders, the corrupt and incompetent and mediocres that have run this country for years have been investing in darkness instead of light and power. And power is not just a ball flicking up there. It is energy. But they don't understand that because they are coming from the past. So with electricity put in place in this country on the way they have it in Ghana, I'm not talking about the United States now. Ghana was able to resolve its electricity problem within a year when they had a shutdown. So why did they get it that we can't get it? But here's what we're going to do. Renewable energy alone, just solar in the north, will provide nothing less than 2 million jobs for people, putting together the resources we need for that. If you are doing 4,500 megawatts of electricity alone, it's also a business that can be made available if we decentralize our moribund grid of way of distributing electricity. So you can have a community where people just grow their own electricity on their roof. And then sell building that you're talking about super infrastructure. I am turning this country into construction site to build roads, bridges, rail, power transmission lines, schools, hospitals. That in itself will provide about 1.5 jobs. Real agriculture, not propaganda agriculture now, at the rural areas where we are growing from 7% to about 25% arable land over, and we're planting everywhere we can find. This country, you throw anything down the next day, is growing. But nobody's catering to them because we are more interested in propaganda agriculture. And we are interested also in agriculture that shows us as being able to export what we don't have when we can't feed people at home. 198 million people, mouth to be fed. We can feed the entire African continent if we do agriculture the way it is rolled out. That will give you another 2.something million people. And it has multiplier effect because we are in Africa. If one person is okay, 10 other people are benefiting from it. That is employment. There will be so much job. We want to hire 200,000 teachers, 160,000 health workers to go into every part of Nigeria to at least help people try check their blood pressure.
So let me take this to two aspects, for time's sake. Two aspects that you raised. You see, you're going to boost electricity supply and you're going to ensure maximum investment in agriculture. But some of the things you have said are not entirely new. For instance, the renewable energy aspect of it. We see windmill springing up in Katsina, for instance, and we're seeing solar energy even in Abuja, where that has
solar energy of the ones you put at the bus stop. We're talking about the solar farm that they did in Morocco and Tunisia.
I'm going somewhere. Sorry, if you would permit me to conclude my question. And you find, solar panels and solar farms in Abuja, the FCT, right here, and other states are adopting it. So what essentially are you going to do differently to create jobs? In the area of agriculture, we're seeing the federal government invest more in expanding irrigation facilities. We're seeing sort of collaborations among states, in terms of exchanges. What exactly are you going to do differently? Because there is no clear difference between what is obtainable right now and what you have said, what you're saying you're going to do.
That's not correct. What is correct is that I am putting numbers to them. I'm telling you locations where these things will happen. Somebody who went and put windmills in Kaduna is not thinking properly. Yes, windmill, where is the wind in Kaduna that could generate electricity enough to serve beyond Kaduna? Probably somebody was trying to do some Katsina. Somebody is trying to play some games on our intelligence. Just as they came into office and they started drilling for oil in Maiduguri. We've been doing it for 30 years. We keep doing the same thing every year, hoping to get a different result. That's not going to work. Where I'm different is that I'm knowledgeable about these things. I have a wider understanding of how these things work. I'm exposed. I have the numbers. I've done our statistics. And we've done how much we can make from this and who's going to invest in them. I've met with people who can actually make it happen. Not only can we do just 4,500 on every university campus, you can actually also grow about 5 kilowatts of electricity. 5 megawatts of electricity that will power both the university and the surrounding community, and that can be done in 90 days.
You make it sound so simplistic.
It is simple because that's how the paralyzed are taught in this country.
You have said that you are going to implement so many things when you take over power in 2019. When you elected in 2019, that sounds really optimistic, and I wish you all the best.
Yes.
Now, you make it sound so simplistic to provide power and expand in agriculture and other systems, but then are you also considering the bureaucratic bottlenecks that are likely to hamper these policies on some of these sectors I have mentioned?
It's very good that you asked that. How is it that there is no bureaucratic bottlenecks when we want to steal in this country? That somebody can walk away, 3 people can walk away with $3 billion And there's no bureaucratic bottleneck that will stop the movement of the cash. Or the former first lady in this country can open over 18 accounts and have $5 million average in each one of them. And there's no bureaucratic bottleneck, or that we can have people steal money made for fighting insurgency, 2.7 billion, and there's no bureaucratic bottleneck that will stop that. But when it is time to construct roads, there's bureaucratic bottlenecks. We budget for these things every year, right? We pay for it because who are greedy, who have lived off of this country their entire life. There's some of them that are collecting both pension and salaries in this country. We have to put them out of business. We have to put special interests out of business in this country for Nigeria to work for the people of Nigeria. This is a nation state that is not working for anybody. It is the reason why a lot of Nigerians have mentally seceded from this country. They've left, even though some of them are still trapped here. And to bring them back into the nation state called Nigeria, you have to have social, economic, and political justice. And I have to say it again, that I have pedigree, I have antecedent, I've done this for 29 years. So I am different from all of them. I know why Nigeria failed. I've seen it. I've been one of the few people that helped Nigeria to have any modicum of success that they've had. As a student union leader fighting against the military guys who held us to ransom for several years, as an activist and a citizen journalist, having done a strong fight against corruption, for which I have scars to show to you today. But we don't have to keep hurting ourselves in this country deliberately by choosing and voting the same set of visionless, missionless guys into power. It's hurtful, it's unfair and unjust to our persons, and it's unconscionable to keep to live like this in Nigeria.
I mean, well said, but if you look at the country Nigeria today, a lot of people will tell you that it has never been polarized as it is in the past decades. I mean, we are on divided fronts so much emotionally, mentally, and culturally. And it seems to be, one of the issues that have been silent in conversations with leadership. How do you look at that as a tenet for actually, enhancing some of the things you said? Because without unity, without peace, there will not be any great standards for economy.
No, there has to be justice first, and particularly economic justice for there to be peace and unity. We cannot unite Nigeria by appointing a rabble-rouser to be the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. It's never going to work. We tried it before, it never worked. But if people can get their fair share of our Commonwealth, they will love this country. The reason I say so is that those of us who live the shores of this, or left the shores of this country for several years, we feel more loved by places where we are strangers than our own country. We can get social security even though we are not legitimate immigrants in some of those countries. They'll give you health care even though you are not from there. And it's the reason why an average Nigerian youth today will prefer to go to Libya and get on a raft to go to Europe, even though they know they might end up almost 90% at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. But they prefer it to do that and take the risk and live in a country of their own, of their origin. So this is the problem. And all the divisions they're talking about, they were created by socio-economic programs. Some of them started through the social adjustment, SAP, which is what the structural adjustment program that we fought against when we were young people. When I got to the university in the US, they were giving awards to professors who wrote about it, and I asked them, should I have given us the Nobel Prize? Because we knew about the failure of this program in 1992 when we were students. But because in this part of the world, who cares about us? Because we don't care about ourselves. Anyways, so those are the issues. It's like, I've been going around this country and speaking to a lot of people. I've been to places like Kano, and I was shocked to find the person in Kano, a woman, poor, on the street, saying, if you become president, I need school, what they call Makaranta. And they're not talking about imaginary schools. They need real schools, because they know that if they send their children to school and they graduate, regardless of where they come from, they will leave them out of poverty. That is why the northern part of Nigeria have a name for poor people, because they became a political force. Since the 60s, they call them Talakawas. And they've always been looking for the leader that can lead them out of that poverty, regardless of his religion, his ethnicity. Is the reason the likes of Jonathan could win election in such places. When he came the first time, he won in the north, fair and square. He defeated the current occupier of Aso Rock, fair and square. But the moment he started misbehaving, the northerners, who are also likely very truthful people, they are more straightforward than a lot of us who think we know everything, they left him. And it's the same thing that they are saying. The undercurrent politically in the north is even stronger than what we have in that side, with regards to how disappointed they are with the current system, with the current regime. Forget about the propaganda that one area is more solid for them or not. If you go to Dara, which is the hometown of Mr. President, he has the worst drug opioid problem in Nigeria. People there are taking drugs like they've never happened before. I'm not using it to demonize them, because drug consumption, drug addiction is a serious problem in Nigeria and nobody's talking about it. And it's more prevalent in the north because of poverty. So without resolving the poverty issue, without resolving the employment issues in this country, without giving education, the right for education to our young people, without providing health to our people, infrastructure, without electricity, you can't have unity. Because to even get your propaganda across to people at home, you need electricity. They just switch the light off on us here in the studio. So to even have NTA do the propaganda it does, you need electricity for the propaganda to get into people's living rooms. But people have moved beyond NTA anyways. People are now writing their own news, consuming and creating their own content, and you can't stop them. And that's why we are unstoppable in 2019.
Preparations for 2019 elections, are you in any party yet? What is the endorsement for your brand?
The endorsement for the brand is among the young people. Some of them are waiting outside as we speak. You must have seen, we live stream political activities, and the movement works around the country and beyond Nigeria. We've campaigned in SRM. We've not campaigned because it's not yet the time. But we've been exchanging ideas with Nigerians in the UK. We've done it in Canada in 2 cities, in about 5 cities in the US. We've done Kano, done Kaduna, done OMOYELE, Port Harcourt, Calabar. We've done a lot. No other person who is doing what I'm doing today has been able to.
All right, let's take a breach. Let's take a breach of that. We'll take an African world news, and then we'll come back to your conversation. To stay with us.
In my opinion, the young generation of white, black, brown, whatever else there is, we're living at a time of extremism, a time of revolution. There's got to be a change.
Pan-African world. The International Organization for Migration says the death toll has risen to at least 112 people.
Announcements, and you talked about youth solidly behind it.
Absolutely, and it's not just youth. It's, the young people of the country have been politically disadvantaged for too long, and they've been the water carriers for the political elites and operatives in this country. They're the ones who help them carry out ballot slashing. In some cases, extreme acts of violence, like even kidnapping, as you have seen in the footage that I showed earlier. In some cases, assassination, and they have been really helped them done a lot of things to their own disadvantage. And we have been able to reach out to them, and there's a consensus to move in a different direction. The young people must withdraw their services from the old guards and rotten political operatives of this country. And I think the message is sinking to young people across the country. So we have students surging out wherever we go, regardless of their ethnic backgrounds, regardless of their religion, regardless of their creeds. They've all been following our messages and spreading it and telling it to their parents. And we've now been seeing a lot of old people, older responsible people following and supporting us. For example, we don't have godfathers. We are openly and transparently raising funds online And so far we've raised over $50,000 in 3 months from Nigerians across. Some are giving $1, $5, and we open a Nigerian account and people are making donations of 1,000 naira each, because that's how we want it. If we can get 1 million Nigerians to give us 1,000 each, we will defeat these people. We don't need.
What do you need that much money to do? I mean, if you have the solid support of youth across board.
Well, we need to make materials. We need to move around. So sometimes we're moving with 1,000 young people. They need buses, because these are unemployed youths who, or some of them are very well employed, by the way, but they are giving their time. This is what they call political capital. It's coming to us in a way we cannot even tell how much it is yet. But there's a lot of commitment in that cost money. You know, to drive down here today from where I'm staying is 3,000 naira. Somebody has to pay for that, pay for food. And when you travel with people, you have to pay airfares and all of that. That's why.
Are you, sorry, Charlie, I mean, when you look at the politicking in Nigeria, presidential elections are part of the biggest elections, in fact, in the whole of Africa, in the Nigerian context. And you're looking at, elites who have monetary systems for decades that have been woven into networks and political party platforms. And these are the people who are going to be running elections in 2019. Now, you say that, crowd or group funding has become very evident because it's also adding some level of encouragement. But beyond that, you can't run away from the politics of money in Nigeria. How do you hope to change that dynamic?
Well, politics of money has been around with us. But politics of money has also been disgraced before in recent past. And I think the party that had the most money in 2015 didn't win the election. And that's to show to you that it's not all the time that money can buy everything. Money can buy people's conscience. Money can buy people who have jobs. Rice being distributed cannot appeal to people who themselves can afford to buy bags of rice. People who have clothes cannot be enticed to get clothes that are handed out in the name of Ankara. So people who can afford to travel to one place do not need you to give them a bus to bus them to go out and vote for you.
But people are hungry.
Yeah, people are hungry. But at the same time, I'm telling you that people were hungry in 2015, but they ignored all the money on the streets that was going on. At that time, this money wasn't even in Nigerian currency, it was in dollars. And I'm sure the current occupiers of office are also planning to spend dollars. But they'll be disgraced because this is a politics of will as opposed to politics of money.
And politics of issues, right?
It's going to be politics of issues, it's going to be politics of ideas, and it's going to be very revolutionary.
Alright, thank you, OMOYELE SOWORE, publisher, SAHARA reporters, and also one of the many youths who are out to save Nigeria for the Nigeria of your dream. So we look forward to seeing the race, and having you win. All the best.
Thank you so much for being here.
Alright, let's go to Lagos, and the topic is the Not Too Young to Run bill. Other hurdles before the Nigerian youth. And Kali, over to you. But what other hurdles before the Nigerian youth? And Kali, over to you. But what other hurdles before the Nigerian